In 2025, as artificial intelligence rapidly transforms global power dynamics, Russia is leveraging this technology not to compete for innovation, but to wage a digital war of influence against the UK. While the US and China race to outdo each other in AI breakthroughs, Russia has built a reputation for deploying AI-driven disinformation as a strategic weapon. Kremlin-backed troll factories in St. Petersburg, linked to notorious figures like Yevgeny Prigozhin, now use AI and social media manipulation to target UK politicians, government ministers and public opinion. These coordinated campaigns flood platforms like Facebook, X and Telegram with pro-Kremlin propaganda, deepfakes and divisive narratives, aiming to erode trust in UK institutions and destabilise democratic processes. The UK government has exposed these operations and is working with tech platforms to counteract the threat. But Russia's relentless digital offensive marks a new era of information warfare, targeting Britain's very core. Let's set the stage with some hard facts. The United States and China are the undisputed leaders in AI innovation and investment. The US boasts tech giants like OpenAI, Google and Microsoft, pushing the boundaries of language models and robotics. China, meanwhile, is catching up fast, with massive state-backed investments and companies like Huawei and Alibaba making global waves. Their humanoid robots like Engine AI's SE01 in China and Tesla's Optimus in the US are setting new benchmarks in agility, intelligence and real-world utility, from factory floors to smart homes. The UK, while not quite matching the scale of US or Chinese investment, punches above its weight in AI research and practical applications. London-based startups like Humanoid are developing modular robots for industry, and the UK government is investing heavily in AI safety and regulation. But when it comes to sheer scale, the UK is still a step behind the two giants. And then there's Russia. Despite its proud tradition in mathematics and computer science, Russia ranks just 31st out of 83 countries in the Global AI Index. Years of sanctions and limited access to Western technology have slowed its progress, leaving it reliant on state-driven projects and increasingly on partnerships with China. Yet Russia's strength lies not in building the best AI, but in weaponizing what it has for geopolitical gain. Its approach is less about innovation for progress and more about disruption, influence and control. Imagine a sprawling old factory in St. Petersburg, not filled with machines, but with rows of computer terminals manned by paid employees. This is the infamous Russian Troll Factory, a hub for large-scale disinformation operations. The UK government has exposed how this operation, with suspected links to Yevgeny Prigozhin's Internet Research Agency, is using AI to flood social media and comment sections with pro-Kremlin propaganda. Their goal? Manipulate public opinion, undermine support for Ukraine, and recruit new sympathisers to the Russian cause. But this isn't just about spamming memes or fake news articles. The operation is sophisticated, using AI-powered bots and generative models to produce persuasive, targeted content at scale. These bots can mimic real users, engage in debates, and even generate deepfake videos or synthetic audio to sow confusion and distrust. Telegram channels are used to recruit and coordinate new supporters, who then swarm the social media profiles of UK politicians and critics, drowning out dissent with a torrent of pro-Russian messages. Quick heads up, if you're enjoying this shocking news and want more deep dives into the latest AI-related news shaping the future, make sure to subscribe to the AI Inspector so I can keep you updated with the latest in the AI world. Coming back, one of the most notorious recent incidents was the Copycop operation, linked to the Russian-affiliated Doppelganger network. Here's how it worked. Real news stories about the war in Ukraine were fed into AI chatbots, which then rewrote them to fit the Kremlin's narrative. These doctored articles were spread across UK social media, aiming to confuse the public and erode support for military aid to Ukraine. But the threat doesn't stop there. The UK's 2024 election saw a surge in AI-generated deepfakes videos and audio clips that appeared to show political candidates making outrageous statements they never actually made. While some of this content was created by ordinary users for satire or trolling, Russian-linked networks amplified it, making it go viral. The result? A polluted information environment where trust in politicians and institutions is systematically undermined. What makes Russia's approach so effective is its blend of old-school tactics and radical tech. Here's the playbook. Bot networks. Armies of fake accounts, centrally coordinated, flood platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Facebook and Telegram with targeted messages. Generative AI. Tools that can instantly create convincing articles, images, and videos tailored to specific audiences. Deepfakes and synthetic audio, AI-generated media that blurs the line between reality and fiction, making it harder for people to trust what they see and hear. Psychological operations. Campaigns designed not just to promote a particular message, but to polarize society, deepen divisions, and erode trust in democratic processes. These campaigns are not random or chaotic. They are long-term, well-designed influence operations, often starting months before key events like elections and continuing long after. The aim is not just to back a specific candidate, but to weaken support for Western policies, create divisions within NATO, and destabilize democratic societies. The impact of these campaigns is real and growing. In the UK, Russian disinformation has targeted not just the public, but senior government ministers, with coordinated attacks on their social media profiles. The goal is to drown out criticism of the Kremlin, promote pro-war narratives, and sow doubt about the legitimacy of the government itself. The UK government's response has been robust. A dedicated government information cell now works around the clock to identify, assess, and counter Russian disinformation. Sanctions have been imposed on key Russian media organisations and individuals linked to these operations. Yet the challenge is immense. Social media platforms, with their influencer accounts and recommendation algorithms, remain fertile ground for viral misinformation, and the sheer volume of AI-generated content makes it harder than ever to separate fact from fiction. While Russia's AI models lag behind those of the US and China, its willingness to use whatever tools it has for information warfare gives it a unique and dangerous edge. The war in Ukraine has only accelerated this trend, with Russia reportedly training its AI on vast amounts of battlefield data, intercepted communications, and even hacked Ukrainian systems. The Kremlin sees AI not just as a tool for economic development, but as a transformative weapon for military and psychological operations. And as AI technology becomes more accessible and powerful, the threat will only grow. Already, Russian state-affiliated actors are experimenting with new techniques, from optimizing inauthentic content generation to automating large-scale dissemination. The goal is to lower the cost and boost the output of disinformation, making it easier to flood the digital space with propaganda and harder for societies to defend themselves. The battle for AI supremacy is not just about who can build the smartest robot or the fastest algorithm. It's about who controls the flow of information, who shapes public opinion, and who sets the rules for the digital age. Russia's AI-driven disinformation campaign against the UK is a warning to the world. In the age of artificial intelligence, the line between truth and lies is becoming dangerously blurred. As the US and China race ahead in AI innovation and the UK works to safeguard its democracy, Russia is showing that you don't need to be the best to be the most disruptive. All it takes is a willingness to weaponize technology, a deep understanding of human psychology, and a ruthless determination to win the information war. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this deep dive. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe so I can keep you updated with the latest in the AI world.